It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Sundown. Yellow. Yellow. 15.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jalen Royals with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0.
Titans, nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Working to put a drive together. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, here's Ward. He's got this to Pickens. 22 yards there, a first down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's good.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. To throw is Ward. And it's complete right back to Ridley. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19.
Come on.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ward. Got a man that's taken in for a Titans touchdown. George Pickens, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 40 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7.
Titans 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I flew up your phone all week prior to this one. I'm so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Now Ward. Now he's taken down. The Chiefs sack. George Karlaftis. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Finds Pickens out right.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. A great return there, 22 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can...
He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid,
71 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-7.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
looking to put a drive together. Ward now working out of the gun. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage on the play there by Nick Bolton. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
And this defense not giving them anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. 3rd and 9 here. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Here's Jackson. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 as they take over. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mahomes. That is caught. Finding space at the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll keep it on the ground. Bowles. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
19 Lions.
Throwing now, Ward. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Tiger, 19 Tiger. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cup 19, Cup 19. 65, 65.
Here's Ward. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they'll audible to something else.
First down, Tennessee.
Throwing is Ward. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Pollard will take it up the gut. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
18, Pioneer. Cougar 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Back to throw. Moore. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of 5. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up 1st and goal.
18 Cardinal.
First and goal, Tennessee.
Cowboy 8.
Operating from the gun. Moore. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
The extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw, it's Mahomes. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And all the way in for the Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 54 yards. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14.
Titans 14. Harrison Butker to kick off 14 to City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Looking to throw. Moore. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
It's a gain of 23 yards. The Titans first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Dragon 60. Cut 19. Cut 19. 18 Cardinal. 18.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Iowa. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go.
First down, Titans.
6. Viking 18. Ready.
Pollard going to try the right side. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's second and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcat. 60. Hup. Mustang 19. 19 Light. Shot 60, shot 60. Ready, ready?
From the shotgun, it's Ward. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Ward. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Alec Iomatter from 3 yards out. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Mahomes going to throw. The out route, he finds Hardman. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Mahomes now to throw. And it's caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
It's a gain of 10. First
Let's
down,
go now.
Tennessee.
19-18. Bronco 80. Hey, check it.
Running right, it's Pollard. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Chiefs' 48-yard line.
18 Cardinal. 60 Bison. 70 Ranger. 3. 18. Buffalo 18. Go.
To throw is Ward. Open man down the field. That's Eilmaner. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
And the Titans first down.
Now they'll change things up.
At the 31-yard line.
To throw, here's Ward. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Channing Tindall from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Bronco 80. 19-18. 19 Lions. Ready.
Ward. This one caught by Ridley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Ward. And that would be off target and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
60 Bison, 19 tight. Mustang 19, 7 Pirates. Panther 11, Dragon 60.
Working out of the gun here, Ward. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold it. Let's get the ball back for us.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
15.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down at 15 after the false start. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I know they met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's Ward. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Dragon 60.
Throwing now, Ward. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
18 Cardinal, 19 Lion.
They'll try and throw forward with Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Attack, attack. Yellow. 15.
On first down, Bowles. Well, he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. That's complete, left side to Worthy. They were in a great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Bowles. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one wants to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Second and 10.
15. Yellow.
That's caught left side by Hardman. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And that ball popped free. We could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jalen Royals, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And the Chiefs are going to get it. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. George Karlaftis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Titans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and forever. This pass deep for Okonkwo. And this is taken in. It's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Chig Okonkwo, 81 yards. And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Down the right sideline. And he will take it all in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here.
42, Titans 30. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Ward. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Gets this out wide to Pickens. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, Ward. Over the middle, he's going to find Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is it's caught at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. George Pickens with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now a second and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Well, this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Mahomes. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's got it inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
First down. First and goal at the
To throw is Mahomes. The quick slant caught.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. At least
KC was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Mahomes to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's in the end zone yet again.
Yes, multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive.
Moore. He's got Pickens complete.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Here's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Back to throw. Moore. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 3rd down, here's Spears.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
It's a gain of 2. And the Titans
65.
Looking to throw. Moore. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Moore. That's into the hands of Iomanner. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Oh, that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Let's go now. 7-5, 68, 19 Lions. Go.
Going for it. Here's Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
To throw is Ward. Okonkwo holds it in left side.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Here's 1st down.
Panther 11. 18 Cardinal. 18.
Gain of 15.
Again, it's Ward.
And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Channing Tindall.
43.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers.
It's all about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Mahomes going to throw. Down the left sideline. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play.